In Pakistan, cricket is practically a religion. The nation has bred some of the world's best players. Prime Minister Imran Khan was a World Cup winning captain, and generations of kids play the game on every street corner, trying to make it into the big leagues. But no major cricket nation has staged a full tour of the country in decades because of the threat of terror attacks. The situation has sidelined a country that is both obsessed with the sport and worried about its reputation politically on the world stage. The Australian cricket team is now in Pakistan for its first tour of the country in 24 years, preparing for a full-fledged bilateral series that begins today. Pakistani authorities aren't taking any risks, deploying 4,100 security personnel, army snipers, and road closures for the players. The Australian team has been granted the status of state guest. Omar Saeed, city police officer for the Pakistani city of Rawalpindi, said. Omar Saeed, city police officer for the Pakistani city of Rawalpindi, is running security for Australia's cricketers. Faisal Anjum. This status is only granted to world leaders or a president coming from all over the world. The Australian team is coming after 24 years, and it's a great honour for us and a great honour for all Pakistanis that Australia has committed to sending its team, and obviously, they are conscious of the security issues. Australian players were initially apprehensive about travelling to Pakistan. In January, a bomb went off in the city of Lahore, killing 3 people and adding to a list of hundreds of terror attacks and threats in the last few years alone. International cricket stopped in Pakistan after a fatal terror attack on the Sri Lankan team's bus in 2009. We are prepared for everything. Although the country's authorities said all resources are going into protecting the Australian players during this tour, they have also prepared for that worst-case scenario. We are prepared for everything, Omar Saeed said. Australia's cricket team is receiving the same level of security in Pakistan as a head of state. AP Anjum naved. We are prepared for the evacuation plan. God forbid if something happens. Even then, we are prepared if we have to evacuate this team in the nick of time. There will be 2 separate routes for the team, so if we have to change the route from one to the other, we can do that in seconds, and we are ready to face anything. Roads have been shut in Pakistan's capital city Islamabad as the Australian team travels from its hotel to the Rawalpindi Stadium in the next city for practice and future games. Their bus has been surrounded by security cars and guards with rifles while being shadowed by army helicopters. The Pakistani government said nearby shops and offices will be closed on match days to ensure the highest levels of security. Islamabad streets are being shut down as the Australian cricket team travels from its hotel to the stadium. AP Anjum naved. There will be a bit of inconveniences for local people because we have to deploy a large number of security and the whole paraphernalia, like walking through gates, Omar Saeed said. We need to provide them with that confidence so more teams start coming to Pakistan, and it becomes a routine here. Will other teams follow Australia? In September 2021, England and New Zealand's cricket teams pulled out days before their planned tours of Pakistan, citing an unspecified security threat. It was supposed to be a watershed moment for Pakistan, but New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said there was a credible threat against her country's team. It was very sad. We were hurt because unfortunately, our neighbours are always in this effort to destroy cricket here, Najib Sadiq from the Pakistan Northern Cricket Association said. Although it hurt us a lot, it does not affect our cricket, because a bigger team, Australia, has come now, and England and others like New Zealand will also follow. Unfortunately, our neighbours are always in this effort to destroy cricket here, said Najib Sadiq, left. Faisal Anjum. Experts have said Australia's tour could help Pakistan fix its patchy political relationship with Western countries that have criticised Imran Khan's government for its relationship with the Taliban. Since the group took control of Afghanistan last year, Imran Khan said the world had no choice but to engage with them. For up-and-coming cricket players in Pakistan like Zishan Nazar, Australia's decision to tour goes beyond a sports competition. It's a kind gesture for their home country. We feel very honoured that the Australian team has decided to visit Pakistan after such a long time, because it'll give a real boost of morale to Pakistan that cricket is still alive over here, and that it's safe for cricket to be played here as well, he said. Both teams are really good. All I know is they are going to give us a very good match.